Hello, everyone. Welcome. I am Linda Israel, and thank you so very much for coming to my live stream here on YouTube. I greatly appreciate your support and for taking the time to come here and hang out. There are a few things that I want to go over before the actual live started, so this is a recording. First of all, I want to make sure that you like this video and subscribe, so give it a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate that. When you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell up in the corner. That way you'll get a notification whenever I upload a video. I have a broadcast post or even a live stream. If you're watching this video as a replay and you're on a computer, look for the little gear at the bottom. You can change the speed to speed it up. Or if you're on a mobile device, look for the little three dots and usually you can change the playback speed there. My live streams generally last about 2 hours. They can go as long as 3 hours. It kind of depends on what we're working on that day and how the feedback is in the chat. While you're watching, you earn junk bucks. So if you are here in order to get those junk bucks accumulating, go ahead and type hello in the chat and my little bot, Junkie Joe, will see you and then you'll start accruing junk bucks. And you're wondering, well, what do I do with those junk bucks? Well, you can accumulate those, and once you have 2,000 of them, you can type !award and you can redeem them for a $10 off coupon to my shop. You can earn junk bucks while you're here and when you are chatting, as well as when you play the in-chat game. So look for those as they come up, and if you make a donation. For those of you that make a donation during my live stream, make sure that you go over to my website at lindaisrael.com, and if you haven't already done so, create a user account. When you make a donation during my live stream, basically you're buying a membership to my website and to the live stream. In my opinion, what we're doing is you're accumulating that money in my account. Thank you for that donation. And as a reward, you will get 5% off your orders at lindaisrael.com. And during the live stream, if I have a journal that I'm giving away at the very end, you are eligible to win that journal. Anybody that makes a donation gets into that drawing by manually typing in the raffle at the end, but then you also get the discount membership on my website. Thank you to Robin, who is my administrator during the live stream. She helps me out with answering questions as well as giving information. She is also my administrator over at the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group. If you haven't joined that group, please do. We'd love to have you over there. You're welcome to share what you're working on. Speaking of sharing, during the live today, you can speak up in the chat and say, hey, I have a YouTube channel. You will not be able to share your link to your channel, but you can at least say, hey, my name is, and this is what I do. And then your friends that come into the chat can follow each other. Let's keep the chat upbeat, friendly, and helpful. If you will be kind to those that are here. If you have a question, put it in all caps and I'll do my best to answer those. The chat sometimes goes pretty fast, so I don't always see it. So do ask again. And at the same time, if you're in the chat and you know the answer to somebody's question, please speak up and give them the answer. Check the description box for links to products that I share today. Yes, I am an Amazon affiliate, which means I do get a commission on items that you purchase through my link. If you're going to buy something anyway, I greatly appreciate it. It does not cost you any extra. It just gives me a little bit of a commission, which helps me buy products to show you here. If you win one of the raffles, you can start right now by typing !raffle. Do make sure that you go over to my website, and if you haven't already created a user account, that way I will have your contact information so I can send you your prize. I am starting a raffle right now that is for 200 junk bucks, so you can get well on your way to accumulating your junk bucks. Let's have some fun today and let's get started. Thanks everybody for being here. Okay, I think we're live. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody? I hope you are well on this wonderful Monday, September the 29th. My goodness, of 2025. This year is almost gone. Can you believe it? It seems like it has just flown by, and it is crazy that we're almost to the end of the year. How is everybody? I'm well. I've been staying busy. Yeah, just a little bit. Hercules is fine. He's asleep back here. He got a bath yesterday. He wasn't real happy about it, but I said, doggy, you stink. It's time for a bath. So last week we made all of these, what I call page toppers. It has flown by, hasn't it? And the idea is that this could be attached to a page. Let me grab my sample page. So this is an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper folded in half. And so it could be adhered to the page. It could be a pocket if you want. So you could make it where it's a pocket this way or this way. And I was using scraps that I had in my stash. So, for example, this was a gel print in the background. I had some book pages and sheet music and even some fabric. Here I rubber stamped on top of a book page that I painted white. And then I just used scraps of paper, rubber stamped images. I even made some watercolor pieces. So this was just some of the things that we made last week. And so I thought this week we should make some journal cards and maybe some actual smaller pockets than these. Oh, I'm sorry, Julie, that you're sick. I hope that you get better soon. Do as the doctor says. Take that medication that they tell you to take and drink lots of fluids. Yeah, drink lots of fluids. And try to get you walk around to kind of help work it out of your system. So I thought we would use these as maybe a starting point to make journal cards to go with them. And then I've kind of put aside some things that I thought might be kind of fun. I started making little swatches. Let me get this out here. Find one. I know I had it right here. Oh, here it is. Didn't have my fingers in the right spot. So I took a book page that had a white area and I stamped my little label stamp that I offer in my shop. You may have a different label. You may want to hand draw one. But I stamped it so that there was white space, and then I used watercolor pencils for these and colored them in, and then wrote with a black pen underneath what they were, and then I cut them apart and made a few of these. So you can see one here, same concept, and another here. And then I just took some scraps. I had some washi tape, fabric, some book pages that I had changed the color, and I made these little cards. This one was coffee dyed paper, a gel print in the background, some fabric, a piece of washi tape, some ribbon, and even some trim to make a few things. So I thought that might be something fun to do. I took the same concept. I have an abundance, and I just put them in a different spot. Get some off the... I was walking by and I saw this bag of tickets that I got from Canvas Court Brands / 7 Gypsies. They may even still sell them, I don't know, but I have thousands of these, and I have put them in my subscription boxes in the past, and I do have some subscription boxes left. When you go to my website, if you want one of those, you just do a search for the creative kits and you'll find them. Their subscription will no longer renew, so right now I think it still has the music one as my default on my website. I haven't taken it off, but it will not renew, so if you want to do that, you can get one of those. But anyhow, I had some of these tickets in there, and I thought, well, what if I take one of these tickets and I use the same color here on the ticket, and then I just layered up a few little things, and I thought those would be kind of neat little accents to add to journals. They could become the card that I work off of. Maybe it would become a tuck spot or something to that effect. So I've been busy making those. In fact, this is full. Let me guess it. Full of several. So I started making the little page thing, and then I decided I would go back and stamp some flowers and butterflies. So I've done a few of these here, and then the rest that I haven't, I went ahead and put the watercolor pencil in the baggie with the little piece, so that when I get ready to do the flowers and butterflies or anything else that I so choose, I'll have the pencil without having to go find it. Because my pencils, if I can get it without knocking everything over, come on, my pencils are in this bucket. This was a party ice bucket that I picked up at the Dollar Tree here in Oklahoma, and then I put all my watercolor pencils. There's a few markers in there as well, and I accidentally made a bunch of these little pieces of paper, and then I stuck my pencil back in here. That was a mistake, because then I had to spend another 15-20 minutes going through all these pencils and reading, because like this one doesn't have a name on it, it has a number, so I didn't use any of those. But I would read the name, I'd go like, nope, that's not it. And I'd read the name, nope, that's not it. Oh, I do need this one because I have... I started one, so I made one of the emerald green. All right, come on, give me the correct color, because this is emerald green. Let me get my color wheel out. It seems like every other time I do a live stream, the color changes. So you kind of see the emerald green there. It's close to this green, but it's not. I think that actually shows up a little better. What happens when I come down low. And you can still see it. So anyhow, I saved all of those. In fact, I'm going to put one in I've got a blast. A friend of mine years ago, I only have a few of these, so I'm hoping I can find some more, gave me these little cello envelope cello bags. They are 3 inches by 4 inches, maybe 4 1/4. They don't have a closure on them. They're designed that you would fold it over, maybe staple it or something. And I thought, well, I'll put that in the bag, and then I have my pencil, so when I'm ready to make them, I'm all ready to go. Thank you, Jennifer. I don't know. I just thought this would be kind of fun, clever, different, whatnot. So I've done a few of these in different colors that I've actually done the other components. So I plan to work on more of those. I'm going to put some tickets in here, so that's ready. Let's put this back up here. And since we have, what did I just do with it? There it is, green. Since I have the green, I'll just show you how I went about doing this. Let's put those back in here. So I just stamped, and then I came in here and using my watercolor pencil, I just filled in the space. Now, if you just have regular watercolors, you could use those. If you have markers, you could use those as well. I just quickly went down the line here, like so. And I was using up book pages, and then I took my pen and I wrote, in this case, it'll be emerald green. I need to get a little smaller. EMERALD-GREEN. My handwriting is not the best, but I think this is kind of neat anyways. I think I forgot to put a D. There we go. D. Green. And this one has an L. There we go. So that one may be a little bit wide, but that's okay. And then I would grab my watercolor brush. I'll just grab a different brush because I put it up. Just grab one. I have some water here. And all I'm going to do is just paint the little squares with water. I may not have been as heavy-handed with my pencil, but I think you get the idea of, you know, making the little swatches. And then I had a napkin that I put over here, and I would clean off my brush. Okay, put that away, put that over here. And then I just took my scissors and I cut around these a little at a time. Like so. And then I just added some distress inks around them, and now I have these little tags. Oh, and I saved this, the one with the number. I'll show you what I did with that. Let me get my ink pad. Come here, ink pad. So I have archival ink, and then I've got my label stamp. And look at this. Yeah, they're about the same spot. I have to get my head over it. So I kind of get my head over it and look at it. And then I stamped so that it was in the corner there. And then I just fussy cut these out. And I've been putting them aside because sometimes you want some little cute number on there for whatever reason. And I just cut this off, cut that off, like so. So now I have a little label with the number. Come on, don't flash out on me. Come on. Focus. It doesn't want to focus. At least my screen does not show, and it may be showing up on yours. And so I'll just take my distress ink, go around the edge, like that. And then I have a little pocket. I moved stuff. Here it is. So I got a little pocket. And I got a little Ziploc bag, and I just pop them in there so I have it available to me to use. Something that I've been working with is I have these 5x7 poly plastic bags that have Velcro. And so what I've been doing is trying to put all my things that I like to use. I've got a little basket here. Hey, thanks, Connie. And then I just put, you know, these are fussy cut butterflies. I have some fussy cut ephemera from Calico Collage. I think these are all stickers, like floral stickers. Those are music stickers. And I've been trying to put them all in the same place. I have a lot, so I'm trying to use some of it up. It's been a challenge, but I am trying one at a time. Yeah, it was kind of hard to see, wasn't it? But I think you get the gist of it. And then I'm just going to pop this in the little bag for now, and I'll come back to it later and cut them all out. And I'll have my pencil there, and then I can just grab some flowers and put those in there as well. All right, so with that said, let's do something, right? Welcome, welcome, Susie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Uh-oh, if your chat freezes, refresh. Okay. So, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. So I have an abundance of this 8x8 paper. It's a cardstock from Seven Gypsies, Canvas Court Brands. And the deal is they have it professionally printed with the images that they wanted, but this order, when it went to be printed, was printed incorrectly for what was supposed to be on the front and what was supposed to be on the back. And this was in their junk pile when I used to go to Canvas Corp all the time. And so I got a bunch of this for free. And I thought it'd be kind of fun to decorate them. So let me show you what I did on the first ones. So this one would have been covered. I'm trying to remember where I had it. Okay, yeah, I think this was something like that. Maybe this was over here. And I just covered a piece of paper with other scraps of paper. And then Norella, in her Bridal Farms, I think that's what it's called, the horse kit that she has, this was one of her pockets. And I liked that shape. So what I did was I turned the whole thing over, and you can see where I traced. I traced that pocket and then folded the edge. And then this was a piece that was left over at the top, and I decided, well, that could be a pocket. And then this could be one large journal card, or you could cut it up to make smaller journal cards. So let's see how we can use these little goodies. I had in my thumbnail just kind of was showing an idea of how it comes together. So I didn't actually glue them together yet. All right, let me put this. Here. I've got a little bag of things that I've been working on here recently, of finished items that I need to assimilate into my system. So I've got some book page scraps that are just plain that I stamped. So this one I just stamped a flower. It's a dog rose. Dog rose, I think that's right. Blossom on here. Then let's see. This is like a gel print that was on a book page that I scanned into my computer and then printed. This is a gel print here. You know, let's use some of these. So I've got a purple. What else do we have here? I've got some other gel prints. Maybe, ooh. So what if we were to do something like fill that whole space in? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do first. Is sometimes I'll leave it as the book page here that I have, and sometimes I cut it down. So today I'm going to cut it down. So what else? I am going to a retreat this weekend. My friend Angela Almond invited me. She sent me a message a while back and said that this event was coming up. It's local. It's going to be in Edmond. And it starts Thursday at 11 a.m. and it goes through Monday. I'm only going to go through Sunday because I need to come back home and prep for next live stream. So that's why I decided just to go ahead and not go the whole time. But I think it's going to be fun. It's a scrapbook group predominantly. So a lot of these people will be working on their scrapbooks stuff, whether it be the framed ones or it could be that they're making actual scrapbook layouts. And my friend Angela does scrapbooking, but she also does other things. She does watercoloring right now. She's joined a group, and so she's been doing the watercoloring, and it's beautiful work that she's been doing. And I know that I don't scrapbook, but I do make my journals or my junk journals, and so I'm going to take some of the supplies, for example, even the things that I showed you at the beginning, which were my little watercolor swatches. So I'll have plenty to do, and hopefully it will also help me come up with what we're going to do next week, right? I found a stash of ink pads that I had at the shop whenever I did a bunch of workshops up there. I can get my word out. And I had a drawer full of ink pads so I didn't forget them, bringing them back and forth from home. And I found this one, and this is what's funny is, put the other one down here. This was the one I've been using. And it says distressed ink walnut stain, but you can't see it because I used to store my dauber on top of it. And I thought, well, I'll get this one out. And it's one that I put my name on. So it's one I've used. This one didn't even have my name on it. But I think it's funny that I have used that same pad for years. If you are worried about the cost of buying ink pads, I highly recommend that when you buy the ink pad that you also get a re-inker to go with it, because the pads themselves will last a really long time. They're not something that just gets destroyed. As you can tell, even, I should go back to this, you know, this is my ink pad. It's got glitter on it, but it's still usable. The other one I haven't used near as much, but it's still in good shape. So buy those re-inkers when you buy your ink pad. And I stuck with, at first, some very minimal colors, and then expand as you figure out what's your favorite color. All right, so now what I'm going to do is kind of rearrange here. So I thought maybe that one would go there. And, oh, maybe we should do another piece. Let's see. Do I want to do the purple here? And then possibly do this green. Does it come all the way down? No, there's still some space. So if I go here, and then I've got this little piece to go there. I don't know, maybe another thing is I could also, using this as a guide, is put this here in the middle, same, and then put this down the edge. That's kind of what I do. I kind of play around with what I think looks good. And I think that's what I want to do, because I like that outside edge piece being the same, and then these are different sizes. So first I'm going to glue down this piece, and with this, if you know you're going to cut up the pieces of your base that you're making, make sure that you're really generous with the glue, that you don't just skimp out and hardly put any on here, because I noticed that if I didn't put enough glue down, the paper would lift on the corners and edges, and I didn't want that. I wanted it to look all nice and neat. So I had to go back in and make some adjustments. All right, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over and then use my bone folder on the back side, because sometimes those book pages can rip, especially once you've added glue. All right, clean up my glue mess. Okay, now I need to cut these pieces all the same width. So I'm going to stack those up like so. Let's get them all going down at the same edge. That might make it easier. There. Get my paper trimmer. And then I'm just going to cut those. There. Stick those back in my little baggie. I'm trying to do better by putting it right back in the bag, not just leaving it on my desk, because I ended up with a huge pile when I was playing around with the swatches, and I was trying to figure out how I wanted to make the little color palette, I don't know, what do you want to, I had another name for it, but now that name has left me. Color theory, color, inspiration, color, what's another word for it? I can't remember. Anyhow, so now do I want to, I'm trying to decide if I want to rearrange a little bit, because this teal is kind of close to blue. I think that's what I'll do, is I'll add this one first and then we'll go to the others. Color, swatch, color, palette, color. I don't know. I can't think of the word. But I thought they'd be kind of fun to have to do different things with, right? You know, we've got so many scraps and bits and pieces, and we're trying to come up with ideas to use them. And maybe you don't have a lot of digital papers, you don't have a lot of scrapbook papers, but you have a bunch of book papers, and then you've got some coloring medium, whether it be, you know, gel printing or just taking some acrylic paint, painting a page using an ink pad, using Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist. There's all kinds of ways to alter the color of paper that you're working with. And then mark making, whether it be with a stencil or with a rubber stamp, using objects that you find around your home. There's a lot of people that will use like the sponge in their kitchen because they like the texture of it, or they have a hot plate mat that's rubber or silicone and it has a texture on it. So find some creative ways to use the things you have. I'm trying to see. Okay, I think I'm going to go that way. So I am, in this case, doing my papers somewhat directional. I think this one is upside down, but that's okay. But you don't have to, because it's all book page text. So if you have it go in different directions, that's fine. And just so happens today, all of them are going across, even though this one here is upside down from the way I did the others, but that's okay. All right, so I'm going to go to the back, and I forgot to do that on those others. Pot holders, yes. Pot holders, yes. Oh, and placemats. Placemats have texture sometimes, you know. So, you know, look at your rubber stamps. Look at all the things that you already have. You know, for example, I think this would make a neat pattern on a page. I don't know if y'all can see the gold. I may need to put a darker color behind it. Let's see if you can see the, yeah, that might work a little better. I don't have a solid piece of paper laying right here. That's usually how it goes, right? But you kind of see that. But wouldn't that be neat if you could, I don't know, daub paint through it so it left that texture, or spray over it and it left that texture? Other laces do the same thing. You know, this has a little bit of a pattern in it that you could spray, you could paint over. So yeah, and that kind of neat. I mean, there's all kinds of things that you can use. So even though, you know, I show rubber stamps and stencils and whatnot, you can use a little bit of everything. Make that a challenge to walk around your house and see, what do I have that I can wash the paint off of but has really cool texture. I had some glasses that had a really neat pattern on the bottom of the glass that would make a neat texture as well. All right, we're going to put these back over here. So now I have a larger card. Do you want me to show you how I made the pocket with it and let's finish it out? Or I didn't even look at any one of these in particular, but right off the bat, this one I think would make a good journal card to go inside, maybe on this side, so that when you pull it out from here over would be the journal card and we can decorate it. Do you want me to make a bunch of these and then we'll come back and decorate them, or do you want me to do one at a time? Y'all think about that while I get a drink of my latte I made. And I want to clean. That reminds me, I need to put some hand sanitizer in my kit. All right. I've been trying to make little notes for myself. All right, I'll make the journal card. Okay, so first, I want to see how I want to make this. And if I go this way, I could cut it. Oh, I don't know now. Or do I want to do it this way? That almost goes exactly to the edge. So I'm trying to figure out if I trim it to where it will stick out a little bit. I'll have to make a gusset for this card. So if it sticks out just a tiny, tiny bit, do I want to cut it very close to the opening, or do I want to just cut it where this natural line is and then this become like a long bookmark? Or we could turn it sideways and make it to a pocket. It could also become a pocket going down the side of the page. Cut it off all the way, or have this where you can see. I think what I'm going to do is I want this to have a little bit of that on there. So I'm going to trim it so that we still have some of that. Maybe not a big piece. That would be 3 inches if a little bit less than 3 inches. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So now I have this piece, which would be a card to go into this pocket. It's going to be a tight fit, but I think it would still work, especially if I make the gusset. And I'll show y'all how I do that as well in a moment. Okay, so we got that far. Let's go ahead, add the distress inks to the cut edge so it matches. Do whatever I want, right? Okay, I'm going to set this over here for now. And then I have some images. What did I do with them? Do I want to use any of these? Let's get out this guy and see what I have. Does that blend in too much? This was one of Norella's journal kits, and I think it's all blue with pink. She did, or she said she would, or something like that. One of her design team members designed a flower or something, and so she made this kit. I think, I can't remember all of the details, but it seems like there was something that gal made that Norella then used to make a kit, kind of like she did for me. I kind of like that. Another thing is, this is one of Norella's kit. I print them as 4 by 3 by 5, 3 by 5. I think that's right. Maybe it was 4 by 5, but I didn't tell it to stretch the image. I just told it to print the exact size. And so when it did, I could get 4 of these on a page, and they're smaller, so you can use them. I could put that here. That might be kind of neat to use that, even though the flowers technically are kind of coming from this way, but I think I can get away with using that. And while we're here, I didn't use one here, so maybe one of these little swatches I made might be kind of pretty. I'm trying to decide. I could put it as a page tab coming off, so that when it's put in the pocket, it would stick out a little bit. I don't know. I kind of like that idea. Let's see if there's a different swatch that I want to use. I was trying to make some of these ahead of time so I didn't have to stop each time. I think during my retreat, I will just go ahead and bring some pre-cut papers like this and then set up my watercolors so that when I'm ready, if I want to make one that matches, I can right away. All right, so if I put that here, I kind of like this. So we could write in here. We could also layer with something else if we wanted. I'm looking fast to see if there's anything out of Norella's images. This is a rubber stamped image I made from Beeline Design. Yes, Beeline. All right, and then let's use, oh, I've got these stickers. We might find a sticker. Now my nose itches. And we've got butterflies, and what else? We got the words. All right, now my nose itches. Ugh. What is it? Is somebody coming with a hole in their britches, or when your nose itches, someone's coming to give you money? All right. Oh, wait about... I've got this little butterfly. I kind of like that. Again, trying to, with the same concept of using the collage pieces, I did use some music there, and I think I saw a little scrap right here. Do I want to have it just be a little piece down here? I think that might work. I'm going to rip it. It's very, very thin piece of paper. So I'm just going to tear it a little bit. And then I'm going to use a scrap of paper behind it so that I can add some distress inks to the edges and not rip it further because it is super, super fragile. I know, I miss Margie. I hope she's okay. She probably had company, which I'm all happy for her to have company. I just hope that's nothing bad. Don't be sick or nothing wrong with Cupcake or any of those types of things. No bad things, right? We want good, happy things. All right, so if I were to put this under here and then put this across here. Now, I just saw these, so I was going to see what I got. I have rhythm and journal. And maybe rhythm journal? I don't know if that goes. I think this was from the Musical Botanica journal kit. Let's see if there's any other words already in this. Like I said, I was trying to put everything together because I had stuff everywhere. I have melody. Yeah, I hope Margie's well too. I have a little faux postage. Maybe get rid of that and then just put journal. Maybe I'll put it on this side. I think like that. Yeah, I hope she's doing well too. I'm sure she just had something going on. Okay, Michelle will be here later. Okay, good. Yay! I'm glad. I don't think I need other words. I'm going to put these back over here. I need to arrange my little pockets over there to either... I need to figure out if I want to put a tab that says flower stickers that pops up here that doesn't interfere with the opening and closing of it. Or if I want to put, I don't know, a sticker on the front and write what it is. I can't decide because what happens is I look in that basket at the moment and then I'm like, well, where is it? So then I have to take them all out. So what would you suggest? Do you have yours actually labeled or do you just put them where you always put them so you know where it is, right? Okay, I think I like this. And we could add some more music stuff with the stickers that I saw that now that I want them, see, I have to dig. Where are you? There they are. Like so. Okay, I got that out. Let's glue it all down. The back page are real gel prints, so they're not copies. So I'm going to need the 3-in-1 glue. I'm going to set this aside for a minute. Yours are not labeled. Now, does that work for you, Julie, or do you feel that you should have some kind of label on them? You know, maybe that's another little project I can do during my retreat, because I don't know if you're like me. Sometimes you get a creative idea and you're like, oh, and then you do it and it's either you've done it so much that you're sick of doing it, or you've run out of the supplies you need to do it, or you just like, okay, I'm done. I don't want to make this thing anymore. And so then you're like, okay, well, now what am I going to make? What's an idea that I could do? Well, if I do busy work, like making labels, or in the case of when I was making these, it sparks another idea, because I made those little watercolor swatches, the little rectangles, and I was like, oh, those tags, or our tickets would be great for a background. Where did I put those? I just saw them a minute ago when I was walking through my room, and I went and got them, and I put them beside me. I was like, okay, so I know what, I'll stamp the other flowers and butterflies and color them the same color and put it all together. And they just started this thing, you know, putting it together. And now I've got those items started, or enough of them finished that I can use them as a project. So I don't know. I thought that would be a neat idea. I think I'm going to continue to use this glue. And I'm going to put a little glue here. This is a book page that I painted and then sprayed with tattered angels and then stamped. So you don't have to have all digital papers. Okay, so some of yours are in a case that has individual little cases in it, and they are all labeled. I was noticing that my friend Angela uses those little cases. I have one somewhere. I think it's in the other room. And I think she had labels on them. I'll have to look when I see her this weekend. All right, so this one I'm going to put here. Maybe, or here. Let's put it lower. Okay. Oh, I remembered that's paint. I know I don't want them in a case. You know, having them put inside of a container that I have to open the container and then open another container. I know I won't go get them. It's what happens. You know, right now I need to figure out and start using them. I have these, I'm trying to get them out without making a mess. I have all these hardware things that you put with brads and you can attach them to whatever, and I don't use them because they're in a box, inside a drawer, out of sight, out of mind. Now I gotta put it on. And then I've got these things. I've got some more. I think those are brads. Yes, those are little brads. But I don't put brads on things because I don't like the bulk all that much inside the journal. But I need to start using them at least on the outside. Yeah, my pockets take up less space. Yeah, and that's kind of what I think is that, you know, I've got a box up there as well that they fit in perfectly. And so just having the little packets like this just makes it so much easier. I think I just ordered some more. I wanted to order something else on Amazon. I'm pretty sure I ordered those. Now I got to remember. I have to look. What did I get? Oh, I have to show you a picture I took. I hope you can see it. So in my garden, I took Hercules outside, and there was this gorgeous, gorgeous butterfly, and I could not get the perfect photo. I'll try to post it on my Facebook later. It got up inside the butterfly bush that I have. So this is actually in a little bit. So I poked my phone in and I zoomed in a little bit and I got that one. And then here is another angle and it has some blue inside. Henry got a good picture of one the other day, and it's been a while since I've had a picture of one of these here. I don't know if you can see the blue in there. I don't know. It was kind of neat to see all that. All right, squirrel. I'm gonna go here. What did I order? Did I order the actual orders? Where's my orders? There it is. Did I get them? Cancel. Okay, yes, I did. I ordered some. Oh, and I ordered a new date stamp. I have one that's really, really old, and it's tiny. See how tiny that prints? So I ordered one that should be the width to fit in here. And it was like under $4. I know I don't ever buy stuff like that, but I did today. Yeah, your little hardware things are in little drawers in front of you, labeled and things small enough in my bead making container so that has digital removable containers. Then yeah. I mean, you've got to have a way to do things. With my way my desk is currently set up, you know, if I could had $1 million, those types of things, I'd rearrange this. But my room is set up kind of like a keyhole that you have to come in and around to sit in this area where I'm sitting right now. So directly in front of me is a television that I use as a computer monitor. And then right behind that is a shelf unit with storage on it. So I'm really limited how much space is in front of me. And then I've tried to utilize the space to my right here, and I've tried to utilize the space to my left and right behind me. And it evolves constantly. I'm trying to figure out what works better. I had some different things over here, and I thought, well, I'm not accessing those items even though they're sitting right here. So I removed that, put something there that I thought, well, that'll be better, because what I'm finding is I work better when I have a surface to work with, and I have to have surfaces to my sides. So anyhow, I don't know. That was a squirrel moment. And then, yeah, it was a beautiful butterfly, Jennifer. There was 2 of them flittering around. I think one may have been a female, one may have been male, because Henry was telling me that they were different colors. So it was really kind of neat to see all of those out there. And it was just earlier today, and I was like, oh, I came out at the right time, and I could stand in the shade and look at the butterfly bush while the butterflies were flitting around. I'm so happy to have some cooler days. When we have those hot days, you do not want to stand outside for very long. All right, I think I'm going to put this somewhat in the center. Yeah. Oh, you sent me some photos? Cool. And let's see, what else? I walked around my yard. I was sending pictures to Jennifer. She gave me some cannas that were orange. Mine are yellow. And I wasn't sure if I was able to keep it alive because it was so hot. And then it was so wet at first. And then it was so hot. I was like, oh, I hope it survives. Well, it bloomed. I was like, oh, yay. All right, we'll put that right here. And then we'll put this guy maybe coming like that off of there. And this has glitter paint on it. All right, so the back side of this card, we'll look at it and see if we should just leave it the way that it is, or if we should add some more paper to it. I'll have to see what I have. Made an adjustment here. I think we could get away with maybe putting some rhinestones on there. I saw some. I've got these really big ones. And I know I saw the smaller ones in here. There they are. And I have these little bitty ones. So those are the little bitty ones. They're probably all shiny. I thought if I put it out to the edge, then when this comes out of the pocket, it'll have that bling on there. Or I could use this larger bling. Turn it around where there's one that... I think I like the smaller bling. All right, let's use that. Those are gorgeous. Thank you so much for sharing them with me. I greatly appreciate it. I hope that they will spread. I know you basically gave me, I think it was 2 tubers, and I put them near each other. So hopefully both of them will thrive and I'll get more of them. I'm trying to decide, I don't want to go all the way to the corner. I'll go all the way to the corner. There. All right, so that'll go like that. That's pretty, just sticking out there. And then this is what the back looks like. So should I cover the back or leave it the way it is? I'm going to flip this back over. I got out the music instruments because I thought we might use one. If I put the clarinet or whatever that's a clarinet. That's an it's a saxophone, but I can't remember the name of it. Okay, I'm gonna put that over here. Because we got the music here, music there, music there. Yeah, they'll spread. Okay, yeah, that's what I figured, that they would spread. So then we had the instruments here and here. So we kind of tied them together. All right, so let's go ahead, just so that I get it done. And we're going to make a pocket back for that. So I need one of these book pages that I like to use. I think I'm going to have to rearrange this because I have the books stacked under this basket. And I've found now several times that I've had to unstack everything to get to them. So maybe what I should do is make a stand so I can put the basket on top and then put the books underneath. That might be an idea. All right, so I'm just going to get a couple of pages here. I think this is an encyclopedia. I like the paper. It's not very fragile. Oh, it's a dictionary. Dictionary, the New Western International. All right, I'm going to put this down here. So, what I like to do is I want to attach this, and I want to cut a piece for the inside. Okay, so I'm going to cut one piece just slightly smaller than the outside portion. So I'm going to make it this way. All right, I am going to cut just a smidge off right here. All right, so this is kind of thin because it was made on a thin book page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it down on this piece of paper, and then these are going to become flaps. Hey, Michelle, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, we miss her. We miss Margie. Hopefully maybe she'll pop in later. She gets unbusy. We all have things to do, right? Come on, zippity-doo-dah. All right, let's put that right about here. All right. Okay, now I'm going to trim off. So that's going to go this way, so I can go ahead and just trim this right to the edge. Like that. And then I'm going to trim this down on the bottom. Like that. Trim the corners and make it as an angle. Like so. And right here. And right there. Okay. Now I'm going to fold these to the back all the way around. And this way. All right, I was concentrating. I'm sorry. Stop speaking. All right, so now I'm going to take this piece of paper, the book page that I trimmed, and it's going to fit behind. And then this will help my pocket be smoother with the journal card, because I really dislike it when you're fighting because it's catching right here and it doesn't want to go all the way in, and you're like, ah, I'm so frustrated. But this way it glides a lot easier, because this portion will just get glued to the book journal page, whatever you have set up, and then you don't have to worry about messing with adding to this tabs. Oh, okay. I just saw that my phone or my watch went off. It says you sent a photo. I got them. She was like, what you sending me these for? So there is the journal page pocket. So that would fit on here. You would just glue it down. And then because you did, you'd have this opening that you can put the journal card. And then that just barely sticks out. I like it. I think that's kind of cute. Oh. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. So we have this piece here, and we could turn that into a tall, skinny card. I kind of have started a pocket, so let's get a couple of these pockets out that I've started. I had this piece that I made. I also know that these are some of Norella's images, and they will fit in the pockets. But I don't know if that's what I want to do. It's just put that up there. And then add an image up here. And I need to decorate there. I started to put this heart on here. It's a glitter heart. And then I also have this card that I made from the other piece that I had. So we could do something like that. So it's kind of matching, but it's also kind of eclectic because it's all scraps. Glitter's here. All right, so let's find something. I had originally put a butterfly. I think I ended up putting it up. So, oh, let's look here. I know some of these are all ready. I mean, I don't know if that's what I want to do, is to put, no, but I could put one of these, and then I haven't fussy cut one out, but I could fussy cut out a little flower to put on the opposite side. Let's do that. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, Hercules got up. I'll be right back. Hercules, where are you at? Hercules. What side? I'm back! Glitter, glitter, glitter. All right, so I'm going to trim out one of these blue flowers. And then I wonder if what I should do is find a different, for example, I started that. That could just be glued directly onto the journal card. What do you think? And then I'll find something to go over here. I'm fussy cutting, fussy cutting. Got it. And then I was thinking maybe something like that. Let's distress it. Put that back in. Alrighty. We could also add some bling to this too, huh? I'm kind of liking that. Yeah, you like that? Does that look good up there? So now I need to find something to go over here. And look, I've already scribbled on another tag because I just had a feeling I was going to use that. See, I'm already using them. And I've got yellow and green. Some different pinky purple colors. All right, let's see what we can find to go over there. I saw some printed butterflies, since we got a stamped butterfly there, and this journal card's a butterfly as well. So let's get Norella's digitals and or the stickers. We have some fussy cut digitals, and then we have some bigger digitals. I almost feel like I would want one that's about, what is it called? A slide, a microscope slide. See, I think that covers up some of the butterflies. I kind of like that. We could also put some lace at the top, maybe. See if I find anything else that I like better. But I think, let's do this. Okay, come here. Oh, don't get away from me. I have this fussy cut digital dragonfly. So if we put this here and that there, maybe the dragonfly. Oh yeah, let's do that. And then maybe a piece of lace. I got these stickers out earlier and I still didn't use them, but that's okay. Put it back where I found it, right? And let's see if I have laying here. I tried to pack up a bunch of stuff to get it off my desk because I knew I had way too many things out. I don't know that I want to use a navy lace, but I could cut a little piece. I don't know, that navy might work. I've got this little lace. It's kind of got a flat piece in the background. I kind of like that. I think that would be pretty. Okay. I have a plan. So first, I think I want to put that image down, but I want it to be a little bit lower, you know? Hey, zippity doodle! Hello! So yeah, I'm going to glue this piece down first. I need to put my distress pad away. Come here. I'm using the vegan glue because these were gel prints and mixed media papers that sometimes Aleene's tacky glue will resist. Okay, and then we'll put a bead of glue up here. Like that. So what have y'all been working on? You can see through thing by putting the flower on the clear contact paper and clear contact paper on top. Oh, cool, cool, cool. All right, let's put that here. I may need my fabric scissors because these are my paper scissors. Oh, I got it. Singing too. I was singing glitter. Okay, that's a start we've got going on there. We didn't get out the words, so let's find love flows quietly. We could put that here. Let's do that. Let's do it. Sometimes I have to do one thing at a time. Oh my goodness. All right, let's put that right about here. And we can put some bling on the butterfly. Did I put it back over here or did I put it over here? That's what happens. I didn't put it back where I normally put things back. Okay. And let's do about 3. So I'll pop some glittery diamonds. There we go. So that added just a touch. Touch, touch, touch. All right, let's move this over for a second so I can finish working on the pocket portion. These are all going to go in. I have a heart that basically I have some chipboard hearts that I sell in my shop, and I use them as a tracing device and traced out a few hearts out of some glitter paper. I don't think I've added any distress inks. I'm going to try to see what it does. Sometimes it works on glitter paper, sometimes it doesn't. Well, you can see a little bit. Now it's not white anymore. So we'll go all the way around. It's another way to use up your scraps of paper is to cut them into shapes, cut flowers out of them, cut hearts out of them, whatever it may be that you might like. All right, so now I'm going to glue this heart kind of where the seam of those papers came together. And then I'll put this in the corner over here. And then this flower will go up here. Put it right about there. I'm going to put a acrylic block on it so it will flatten out just a little bit. And then I'm going to put some glue on here. Gotta get a nice little coat on it. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so then we're going to put this little dragonfly. No, I'll put it over here. Okay, so then this would go in here. It's a pocket. And then this journal card can go behind. Oh, I should have put it up just a little bit higher, but you could kind of cheat when you put it in your journal and not shove it down all the way. I think we need a rhinestone in the middle. Different size. Nope, not that. Come here. And let's cut one of these. I've had this bling forever, so I'm trying to use it up a little at a time. Okay, I think that looks pretty cute. Cute, cute, cute. All right, so over here, we were going to put this up here. Oh, yeah, I need to know, should I cover the back or just leave it the way that it is? I could put another piece of paper back there. All right, so we've got this to start with. And I still have some of this lace left. So the white lace contrasts really nicely on here. I think this time I'm going to glue down the lace first, and then I'll glue the image down, but I think I may add another layer of paper. Maybe some sheet music. Okay, so we're going to lay the lace in the glue. And I'm going to get my fabric scissors because trying to cut this with the craft scissors doesn't always work. I still have lace left over. All right, let's put that back in the baggie. This one needs to go in this baggie too. It's right there. Okay. So I was thinking maybe a little piece of I may cut this part off. So if I were to kind of, or should I go this way? And then this would be the pocket. I could come up a little bit more. But I kind of like coming down just a little bit. Let's add some distress inks to that book page piece. Sheet music. Julie's on the move. Oh, let's move this around here. This will be better. I was going to say, Julie, have you packed yet? I guess I'll have to wait till she gets back to ask her because she probably won't hear me. Oh, it's so fragile, this little piece of paper. Oh my goodness. It's just cracking in my hands. Okay, put that over here. Put this up here. And get rid of that. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to try to make sure I put a nice little amount of glue so this will stay stuck. The purple page is a book page that I sprayed with Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist and then stamped over the top of that. Okay. Put that right about here. I want to leave some of this strip visible. Try to be real careful since this is such fragile paper. And then I'll put that right here. I think that looks good. Okay. We can grab another one of the page toppers from last week and make another journal card. And what else? I'll have to think about it. I may go ahead and put a rhinestone there. I could find another sentiment, maybe put it at the top. Down here, what I did was when I made those strips where I stamped on the edges with the labels, this was the core, the center. I've got a stack of them here. This was the center of them. And I was just kind of playing around. I grabbed a rubber stamp and stamped it, and then I did some watercoloring on it. And I thought, well, that gives us a nice variety here because we got all the rubber stamping. There's a printed paper on here. And then we've got the digital image and then all the other mixed media. So these are just papers, so I can just glue it straight down. And possibly find a sentiment to put on here. For up here and down here maybe. Yeah, I think that's what we need. I like it. I think I just spilled some water. I did. Dang. It spilled on my digital image, which was made with my inkjet printer, so it got wet. All right, that one's not wet. Let's dump that out. There we go. Don't spill the water. Okay, we got that. So we need the words. Let's see what I have here. I've got be true to who you are. And this one's really narrow, so we could do aspire to be amazing. I think that works. Put it back. I'm trying to decide if I like this little piece of lace to put it down here. Just a little bitty piece. It kind of makes that stand out a little better. So I'm going to cut this. There we go. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, this one I'm just going to glue straight down. Eating lunch with your friend. Aw. Thank you for having me along. I hope you enjoy your lunch. I had some cottage cheese and some fruit for lunch today, and I'm hungry for dinner tonight. Okay, I like that. We put a rhinestone here. So now I want to glue down the lace. Okay, so we're going to make a little bead of glue. Okay, had a little bit there. There we go. Oh. Okay. I'm trying to decide what to take to eat at my retreat. We can order food, but they're not feeding us. So I wrote a list today. I think I'm going to take some cottage cheese and fruit in a bowl type thing every day. And then I want to get some like a trail mix, like nut trail mix type stuff. And what else was the other things I thought about? Oh, I gotta have chocolate, right? Gotta have some kind of chocolate. All right, so do we want to do overkill and put a rhinestone? And I have black rhinestones. I'm going to do it. We're going to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'm going to do it. So I was thinking for dinner, maybe I would make chicken salad. I can take a little cooler with me. So I have those little frozen packs you could put in a cooler. And I could take some crackers and eat some chicken salad for dinner. What are your go-to snacks? What do you think you have to have when you are crafting, whether it be with friends or by yourself? Or do you keep the food out of the craft area? Some people, they use their dining room table, so there's always going to be food. Oh, I like that. Can you see the little glitter? Glitter! Can you see the glitter? And then this will go back here. That looks cool. All right, all right, all right. Put this back over here. I need a drink of water. I didn't put a sentiment. Oh, it's sad that that got wet, but maybe I'll do something with that later and fix it. Maybe that's what it's supposed to be, right? I don't think I need anything else. I think this will be good. So then we have, this could be placed on a page. So even a plain page like I have here, that looks really good. And then this one could also be put on the page. And if you put it up just a little bit higher, then this would stick out the top of the page if you like that look. I think those look good like that. Love that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so I'm going to set this over here. Oh, I just saw that. All right, so I was going to flip through these real fast. Okay, I just saw that I had this, so why don't we make a journal card using that? And that one I put rhinestones down the middle. Okay, so I'm going to get a big journal card again, because I'll end up cutting part of it, right? And then flip it over. I don't want it to be super matchy-matchy. It's just basically I want to try to use these flowers so that they kind of go together. But the rest of it, I think we can make it a little different. I got that one. I might want to look for some other gel prints. Let's see what we got. I have an abundance of gel prints that are teal. I don't know if that's what I want to put on there. That one might get used somewhere else. Oh, I have this one. That's kind of a neat piece. I almost have enough to cover the whole thing. What I could do is put this in the middle and then put that across. And then I have this pink. And we got this piece. It's the same pattern, so let's change that up. Oh, I have another piece of this left over still. Put that there. And then we need something in the corner here. Oh, that doesn't quite fill it. It's just trying to make fit what I have. Okay, that's another pink and maybe this piece. No. Come on! Aha! Here we go. That'll fit there. I dropped something. Where'd it go? I had scraps laid out here. Well, it's gone now. Wherever it went into the abyss. Oh, I found it. It landed upside down, so I couldn't see it. Okay, it's getting hot in here. I guess I bumped my stash here. I almost had it. Craft-a-lanch. Okay. I think that's what we'll do. We'll just kind of collage that around. So, I think what I want to do is, I don't want that all the way up. I'll come down just a smidge. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and add some Distress Inks to this. My hair got weird. All right, let's do this again. Whew. It got hot. It got hot all of a sudden. All right, put this piece down first, over the edge a little bit, and then I can put this here, and then just kind of keep going up the line. Okay, blue. They're all going different directions. There's not necessarily a right way up. I may need to scooch that over a little bit. Yeah. There. So now I'm going to put this piece going across here. Put some glue there. Down the middle. Come here. All right. I'm trying to line it up on the edge. Smooth it out. Smooth it out. Okay. And then I'm going to fill this corner in. Just like putting together a puzzle, right? Cheez-Its. Oh, Cheez-Its are good. Grapes, pretzels, and cheddar. Stuff that doesn't make my fingers messy. Exactly. Swap pretzels for gluten-free R. barbecue shapes. Oh my goodness. Those sound yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I like pretzels. Henry does not like pretzels. He's annoyed by them. Pretzels to me are a good dipping item. So if you have a dip that you want to use, you can dip them in peanut butter. You could dip it in Nutella. You could, whatever you want. Put a little glue on here. And go down the edge real fast. Trying not to do too far past. I find if I kind of put a little bit of glue and then put the paper down partially and then lift it, then I can spread the glue around a little bit on my paper. Try to be real gentle with this one. It's thin. pretzels. That might be a good. Okay, and then this one, I think I just want to put, it's a gel print that I made a while back, and I scanned it, so it's in my computer so I can use it. I think that's what I want. It'll cut off, but okay. Oh, I forgot to do the edge. Let's do the edge real fast. Okay. I wonder if Henry's home already. I have earbuds in, so I can't really hear if he's in the other room. Alright, so I need to get a little glue on there. Spread it around. There. Now smooth it out. Okay, so now I can just cut off the excess papers and add them to the bin here. Okay, so I'll go here. So now I've got this little piece left over that I can use. And then I need to line this side up. More little scraps. And then we're going to go this way. There we go. Hi, Rhonda. Welcome, 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 lady. How are you? How are you? Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so now we can use this way. We can use it this way. That's kind of the way we started. And I was thinking of making a card that would come out. So maybe we should make it come out this side. And so this would go down this edge. Let's get it realistically. I want it to be right about here, I think. So if we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so maybe a little bit closer to the edge. And then do we want to put a strip right behind that flower? Does it need that? I kind of like it. I think putting the darker paper behind it helps those flowers pop, where when I didn't have them, they blended right into the page, in my opinion. So I think that's kind of the look I want. So I'm going to trim this piece to fit inside here. So if I lay this on here, then I want it to come a little bit past. Cut that. Here we go. Let's add some distress inks along this edge. And we might as well do the cut edge here. Okay, I like that. Oh, I guess I should do this piece. So if I put this on here, I just want it a little bit longer than the sticker piece, I think. So let's go ahead and cut this. Just past. Okay. Put that in the scrap bin. Put it in the scrap bin. And we're going to add some distress inks here. So that's going to go right down this edge. I'll put some rhinestones on the flowers. And then we need something to kind of go here like we have over here. I don't think I want a paint swatch. We didn't use one here, but I don't think a paint swatch really fits. I have this one, but I don't know that that's the right color, and it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit the picture here. So let's see, what else? What do I have? What do I have that I can use? All right, I'm just grabbing a few things to see what is going to make the cut. Let's look in here first. I do have another grouping of these images from Calico Collage. I could do something like stack those one on top of the other. That sure covers up all those pretty papers in the background, but maybe that's the look we want today. I have this image that we could just put on up there maybe, and then find something else to go in the bottom. What do I have? Nope, not that. Not that. Maybe this. Nope. 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 Okay. And then what do I have over here? These are, oh, that was a smaller one, but I could put this dragonfly piece here. That kind of looks neat, adding that with the different images. Too much? Not enough? More? What else we have? We have flowers. We have dragonflies. I have a pink butterfly, but I don't know that we need yet another. Okay, so no more dragonflies and butterflies. Put that back over there. These are stickers. I have this purple pack of stickers. Trying to find the opening here. You know, so if we were to put the sticker down here, maybe put that at the top. I was trying to show off more of the papers, I think. Oh, come on, computer. I have a cord that was in the way. All right, let's add some Distress Pink ink around this one. I wonder if I'm going to be able to peel the backer off of that sticker that I put in the corner. Trying to decide if I need another layer. No, not that. We already have a teal there. I think what I need to do is start assembling. So I'm going to peel the paper backer off of this guy. Oh, good. I got it started with my finger. And we're going to put it down the middle here. I got it a little crooked, but that's okay. I don't need any stamping at the moment, do I? These are all pretty good papers, so I can just use regular Aleene's glue. I think, did I ever ask what's everybody been working on? What are y'all doing? Anything in particular? Julie, are you moving? Have you started packing? Did you find a new place? Okay, smooth it out. I think I want to put that there. And then we need to look at the words. I may have some more of those purple tumblers. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I think they may not be on my website. So I'll have to look. And did you want something engraved on it? Let me know. Where's my other glasses? See if I can do this. I think I have a couple. I don't know how many. But I can check tomorrow when I go up to the shop. Come on. I don't know why I've been having such a problem with these stickers, because I got really good at figuring out how to get them separate, and now I just can't quite get them. I've tried different things, but it just doesn't want to budge. Come on. Oh, I saw it. I got it. I think it's because the back is a lot thicker than the front. Okay, I like that. Got rid of this. All right, see my glasses, my double glasses. Apparently I need to clean them. They're filthy. We're waiting for your solicitor to tell us about the report. But yes, we're keying on a brand new apartment we found. Should be packing, but health keeps getting in the way. Yes, I understand. Oh, you love that tumbler? Yay! I'm glad you do. I have an old Yeti. This was a technique we used to do years ago that when we sold them. And I think I have one of those tumblers that I put when I have a Coca-Cola. I'll put it in there. I have cups for certain things, right? Let's see. How about believe in yourself? Now, do I want to put it in this area or up here? I think in the middle, because then that teal behind it kind of gives it a nice little, and if I make it even here, that kind of gives it a neat look. Yep, I'm doing it. That's what I'm going to do. Well, I'm glad you like those. All right, let's put this all back together. And I didn't use any of the music, so we'll put that back as well. But I do want some of the rhinestones, which I just saw a minute ago. Did I put them back? I had them out. Oh, there they are. They slid. Okay. So now, how many flowers do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So now I'm going to pop these into the centers of the flowers. If I can get it on my scissors. Put it in the middle where I want it. There we go. Oh, thank you so much, Julie. They're good for hot drinks as well. Yeah, I do them out of hot drinks. You only drink your Dr. Pepper out of cans or a glass. I prefer my water in a glass drink container. Gotcha. Yeah, but we have different things that we like. Ah, gotcha. You have a friend? What? You have a friend, Julie? Well, that's nice. I was chatting via text message this morning with my friend Angela, and I was giving her pictures of what I was working on. She's always so kind and accommodating and putting up with me going, ooh, look at what I made. Ooh, look at what I made. She hasn't said, okay, Linda, I don't care. I always tell her, if you don't care, just tell me. My feelings will be hurt a little bit, but I'll get over it. Oh, dear. Okay. Oh, I guess that one hadn't been glued down yet, so we got to put that in place. Well, she texted me first. I mean, she's fair game. All she has to do is stop responding. You like both hot and cold. I do too. They're nice cups. Okay, I like it. And then this will go in here. So I need to make a piece so that it'll slide in better. And I should have one right here that I can use. So let's trim this down to fit better. Oh, I'm going to flip this around so I get it straighter. I want it a little bit smaller than the front piece, so I'm just cutting off the excess. Yeah, you have to have someone to show things. Your husband's like, okay, I really don't care. I love you, but I don't care. That's Henry. Sometimes Henry just kind of puts up with me for a little while, and he's like, okay, I'm done. All right, so this side, I know I want to glue down. So I'm going to cut this off. Hopefully this book page isn't too thin. All right, so this side I need to glue down. And then this piece I'm going to stick in here. Oh, I need to trim it just a smidge. Just a smidge. This is enough that's sticking out that it did not want to close around it. Okay. Yeah, Henry is so kind that he just kind of puts up with it. He's like, okay. Wow. His phrase is, that's clever, because I was on the television show That's Clever. Okay. That's sarcasm. All right. Hopefully these little tabs I made aren't too fragile, because they were on an old book page. Okay. Over here. So in theory, this little guy can then slide into this pocket, because it should fit. And we could position it to where it sticks out, but I'm just going to go ahead and let it go all the way in or almost all the way in. So that turned out pretty cute, didn't it? And like I said, having that full pocket like that just makes them go in so much easier. Most of the time you get a good response, but once he told me it looked awful. To this day, I can't display that thing. Oh, no. Well, you know, sometimes honesty can hurt. You have to remember that what we see versus what someone else sees could be two completely different things. They have a different perspective on it. Some people would say that this is ugly together, where I'm like, oh, but I like the different colors. And they'd be like, yeah, that's just chaos. That's what my husband would say. It's chaos, Linda. Don't you see that? I want to see if I didn't use that earlier, but I could use it there. Yep, that's the way it is, right? Okay, I think something like that would be really cute, and maybe a sentiment. Oh, how about... I like that. Hope. Let's glue that down. And maybe we'll we'll recap what I've done today a little bit. I don't know, just kind of goofing off and playing around. And I may continue this next week, just making different cards to go with the page toppers. Make other pockets to go with those page toppers so they kind of go together, but at the same time you do not have to use them in the same journal. And maybe that's the last thing I should do, is use all of these pieces to make a journal with just all these pieces. So I don't know, we can have fun with it. I think we need some little bling on here. So probably about 3. Then we can go back through all of it and see if, is there something else we need to add? Is it good as it is? It's okay to add more stuff. You don't have to add it all at once. Okay, and then that's going to go down the middle. This reminds me a little bit of Calico Collage's Amarilla Rose, because I kind of told her, I said, I want a kit that has all these pieces spliced together and turned into a journal page. And I like recreating that somewhat look. Is Henry a traditional match the colors and only use 2 or 3 in that particular color range person? Kind of, sort of, yeah. You know, he wants it to be simple, clean, not chaotic. All right, so that was out of the leftover bit from this 8x8 card that then we made to go with the pocket from last week, or page topper. I think it looks good just as it is. I don't think it needs really anything else. We put rhinestones down here. We could put rhinestones down the spine of the dragonfly, maybe. And then I made these pockets. I think this one didn't get distressed on the edge, so we should do that real fast. Serious. Yeah, makes your heart sing. Whatever makes you happy. Okay, so then this one was here. And then I made this little pocket here. Added the rhinestones. I like it. And then this pocket was the cutoff that was above here. And I just added the heart and then the rubber stamped images and one of Norella's images. And then out of this piece that was going down the side, so this was kind of like this, where I had these papers going that way and then those papers went this way. And when I fold up the edge, it fills up the whole thing. And then added one of Norella's images there and rubber stamped. I think that looks really good. Aw, thank you. Thank you, so very kind. Julie says you are effervescent. I can't say the word. And your color palette choices show there is nothing wrong with your color choices. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know. I have fun with it. So we got those. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this was another one we made last week. And then, okay, why aren't you coming out? I didn't glue it shut, did I? Oh, come on. I think there was glue when I put the card in the pocket. Come on. Ugh. I don't know where is it sticking? I'm going to get it one way or the other. I don't see where it was stuck. Maybe it was stuck here because I see a hole now. There must have been just a little bit of glue in there. But there's the card. I didn't change the back because that was the way the paper came. Well, that must have been where it was glued. It's got a messed up spot. But I think that looks really good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 basic elements if you kind of break up the journal cards and whatnot that goes with them. I hope you liked this today. Gives you some ideas. Oh yeah, get in the raffle if you haven't already. Trying to use up the scraps. You know, I still have a little baggie of scraps here, and I just thought, well, I'll just keep grabbing pieces out and glue them down and see what happens, and then cut them up and use them however they may come together, right? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I guess technically I should put this on top of the pocket since that's what I made today. And then this one will come on top of that one. That makes more sense, right? Well, I'm glad you loved it, you know, and have fun. That's just it. I think too many times we take the craft too seriously and we get hung up and then we get uninspired. Yeah, and another eclectic journal coming. Yep. Don't get hung up on the details. Just kind of make something. And it could be that in a couple days you come back and you're like, oh, well, I could add another label over here. I could add some bling, or I could add some glitter paint on it. Just have fun with it. That's what I want to say. All right, let's see if anybody joined the... No one did. All right, fine. Y'all don't need any more junk bucks. Well, I think we'll do some more of this next week if that sounds good to y'all, because I have plenty to make stuff, and I think it'll be fun to kind of see what I come up with. Making journal cards for the existing pockets, I think, is a good plan, as well as using those cast off, cut off pieces to make either other pockets or journal cards. I think that'll be a fun way to use up all of this stuff. Yeah, or use up your stuff journal. Exactly. That's what we should call it. Use up your stuff. Use up your scraps. Using my scraps journal. Well, I hope y'all have an amazing week. Thank you so much for being here. And if you could, when you interact with other human beings, be kind. You never know what someone else is going through. I was watching a video the other day of an inspirational guy that was saying, you know, when you're in your car and that person cuts you off, don't get upset, let them go. Say a prayer for them, that you hope that they'll have a better day, that they'll get to their destination, because obviously, you know, they're in a hurry or they're stressed or something like that is going on in their life. And so instead of stressing yourself and getting mad, just say, you know, God, I forgive them, help them get to their destination. change your way of thinking when things happen around you. And I was like, I need to do that more. I need to get Henry to do that more when he's driving. Because he gets mad sometimes. And I'm like, well, just let it go. You drive defensively. We know that there are idiots out there. Just drive defensively. So, if you're at the grocery store and your checkout clerk is like, meh, 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 I'm grumpy, say, I hope you have a better day. I hope that you are blessed. And walk off. And continue if you wish under your breath in your mind to pray. Say, hey, God, please be with them. Bless them today. Help them through whatever's going on in their life. Because, again, you never know what's going on with somebody else for the reason that they did the thing that they did. And they didn't do it because they were out to get you. It happened because they were distracted, or they're stressed, or they're trying to hurry, whatever it may be. So don't take it personally and let it go. Let it go, let it go. So be kind to those out there. You never know what someone else is going through. I'm going to have to add real glue to this. You never know what they're going through, okay? And then do something creative this week. Get in your space. Make a little something. Use up some scraps, whatever it may be. I'd love to see what you share. Hey, and if you would, on this video, give this a thumbs up. And then down below, after the video is over, leave a comment. What was your favorite part? Because I greatly appreciate your feedback. It helps me a lot. Okay, well, I'm going to get off here. Y'all have an amazing week. I just want you to know that I do care about each and every one of you. I love y'all so very much. And I know that sometimes you can't be here every week. That's fine. If you're watching this as a replay, thank you for watching it as a replay as well, because I greatly appreciate you. I feel like you're still hanging out with me. So that's why I want you to definitely leave a comment below if you watch this after the live stream, because I'm okay with you speeding through it. Y'all have an amazing week. Lots of love to each and every one of you. We'll pick up next week making some more journal cards, pockets, and whatnot. Y'all take care. Love ya. Bye.